And we're back to please your earholes with another translation video. Here we use older articles, but you can find even more Sakurai columns translated by our awesome team at sourcegaming.info. I'm your narrator, the Mango Viking, and let's see what insider knowledge we'll unearth today. In this Famitsu article, titled Fun You Can't Find Elsewhere, Sakurai talks about game reviews and how you should research reviews because you just might miss something special. Now, onto the article. There are a lot of game reviews out there, but when I'm looking at games to play, I won't avoid a game based on somebody's review. The reason is because it's difficult to communicate the good points unique to a certain game using a number or somebody's impressions. Reviews are particular to the experiences and thoughts of each individual, which they can express as they like. I'm mostly okay with general overviews, but when you judge a game using ratings and numbers, I think you often lose sight of what makes that game special. Especially with user reviews, the writer bought that game because they wanted to play that game. When somebody writes a review, they take the time to do so because they have something they want to say. Sometimes reviewers list out all the things they didn't like, take an overly critical tone, and reduce the score by an unnecessary amount. This sort of tendency isn't unique to games. This extreme treatment can also be seen in other media, like movies. For example, I go see an action movie, enjoy it, then read reviews of it afterwards. And often I'll see, "There's no story, so it's bad." Well, I'm not looking for a story in an action movie. Depending on the movie, I think it could even be a useless addition. If I want to experience a great plot, I can go watch a thriller or some other movie with more human drama. When it comes to action movies, if it's cool or exciting, or if I can enjoy watching over-the-top battles and crazy chase scenes on the big screen, then that's perfectly fine for me. But saying things like, "That was sick," just makes you sound dumb. It's very difficult to put into words these emotions and sensations which aren't rooted in rationality or logic, and that makes it hard to convey what you really want to say in a review. During my commemorative stream for my 500th column, I played Just Cause 3. Here as well, the overall reviews for this game were not overwhelmingly positive. Reviewers questioned the lack of rolling, which was present in the previous game, and the lack of a cover system, criticized the shooting and combat as dull, wrote that the challenges were annoying, things like that. However, that's not really what Just Cause 3 is all about. It's about the amazing feeling you get from using your grappling hook, parachute, and wingsuit to fly around as you please. It's the sensation of deftly gliding through the air, diving down to build up speed, and mastering the skies. You could spend hours in this game just flying. This incredible feeling is a strong point that you can't experience in any other game, including the previous Just Cause 2. If there's another game that has this kind of excitement, then by all means, I'd like to hear about it. In the gunfights, instead of just simply shooting and approaching from the front, you can devise strategies with a three-dimensional element to them. When I was playing for the stream, I made it a challenge not to use guns. Instead, limiting my tools to just the grappling hook and planting explosives as I took down a base. I feel that this degree of freedom is also part of the game's charm. If I had blindly accepted the reviews and ratings, I might never have known this kind of fun. That would have been a real shame. When expressing what you thought about something, it's easy to give in to the impulse to list out a bunch of criticisms. But when something is really cool or feels amazing or makes your heart pound in your chest, that sensation isn't something that can accurately be expressed by words on a page. It's hard to sum things up with a single word, and even if you do express your thoughts well, the audience may not understand it properly. With any review, the contents are true to that particular writer, and overall, I think it's good that reviews exist. But I don't really rely on them. My own tastes are enough to decide for myself. That's one way to do things, but one of the reasons I play so many games is to find the merits that only exist in that specific game. For that purpose, I do play games that aren't what I personally like. Still, I am interested in hearing other people's thoughts. What parts of a game made an impression on someone is largely dependent on the individual. Sometimes I'll read a review that really highlights that person's perspective, and that'll make me realize something new about that game. In the end, it's all for the sake of fun. Thanks for watching, or listening. If you want more translations, reviews, and other content, subscribe or consider donating to get exclusive perks. To hear more of Sakurai's opinions and other things, remember to return to the source.